I cut GTA loading times by 70%. I know this is a touch old, but I never read the article, and I don't know how many people read the article. I know that there's JSON involved. That's all I know is, in the end of the day, encoding, decoding, huge problem. GTA Online, infamous for its slow loading times, have picked up the game again to finish some of the new heists, and I was shocked, sarcasm, to discover that it still loads just as slow as the day it was released 7 years ago. It was time to get to the bottom of this. Recon. First, I wanted to check if someone had already solved this problem. Most of the results I've found pointed towards anecdata about how the game is so sophisticated that it needs to load so long. Stories on how P2P network architecture is rubbish, not saying that it isn't. Some elaborate ways of loading into story mode and solo session after that, and a couple of mods that allowed skipping the startup R-Star logo video. Some more reading told me that we could save a whopping 10 to 30 seconds with these combined. Meanwhile, on my PC, benchmarks, story load time, 1 minute. Online load time, 6 minutes flat. Startup menu disabled. Time from our logo in-game, while the social club login time isn't counted. Okay. Old but decent CPU. Cheapo SSD. Yeah. I mean, still should be fast. I know my setup is dated, but what on earth could take 6 times longer to load into online mode? I couldn't measure any difference using story to online loading technique, as others have found before me. Even if it did work, the results would be down to, in the noise. Yeah, okay, this is a great setup. It is always funny how a lot of theories are floated as to why something is slow. And this is actually really great advice for everybody here. If there's ever anything at your job that is slow for any reason, and even if you put a sleep 1000 in your code, and it takes 1001 millisecond, just measure. Okay, for that one case, maybe take out the sleep 1 second and then see if it just completely solves the problem. But besides for that, just measure first. You should just always measure. Never come up with some elaborate theory as to why these things are slow. You don't get it. Trust me, you'll never get it. You've never got it. You never will get it. You're just simply going to be incorrect 99% of the time. Just profile. Just always profile. Just always look at it. Just always look at the thing. I'm not alone. If this poll is to be trusted, then the issue is widespread enough to mildly annoy more than 80% of the player base. It's been 7 years, Rockstar. God tier hardware. Wait, yeah, not cool. What? Dude, imagine being down here. Imagine if you had 15-minute load time to get into GTA Online. I'm just saying, I have so many questions about your life choices. Just in general, playing GTA Online, I'm role-playing. My name is Thorsten. Okay, I'm a badass drug trafficker. Okay, and I'm a redneck. My name's Thorsten, and I'm a redneck. I get on there and I fuck shit up. It's just like, dude, calm down. Okay, your name is Carl. It's not Thorsten. Okay, it's not. It doesn't even sound cool. You're just Carl. Okay. What are you doing? What are you, child? You role-playing? What are you, child? Some sort of child in there? Anyways, guys, we're leaving. He exposed us. Coral! All right, anyways. Looking around a bit to find who are the lucky 20% that get the sub 3-minute load times, I come across a few benchmarks with high-end gaming PCs and online mode load times to about 2 minutes. I would hack for a 2-minute load time. It does seem to be hardware dependent, but something doesn't add up here. How?
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Hey, everybody, I forgot to disable alerts, so you know what that means. You should hit the like and subscribe button, and then you should use your Twitch Prime. Thank you, by the way. I just would like to let you know. Many appreciations. How come their story mode still takes near a minute to load? The Modern Warfare 2 one didn't count the startup logos, by the way. Or the M2. What is M2? Is that Modern Warfare 2? What the hell is M2? Is that some sort of weapon that I don't understand? Also, loading story to online takes them only... I know it's... Okay, shh. Chat, just be quiet for a second. Just stop it, chat. Chat, just stop. Also, Loading story to online takes them only a minute more, while I'm getting about 5 more. I know that their hardware specs are a lot better, but surely not 5x better. Highly accurate measurements. Armed with such powerful tools as Task Manager, I began to investigate what resources could be the bottleneck. I wonder what the problem is. It seems like we have a lot of Ethernet, and then we have a lot of CPU. Yeah, what the hell's happening with the CPU? That seems crazy. After a minute to load the common resources used for both story and online mode, which is near on par with high-end PCs, GTA decides to max out a single core on my machine for 4 minutes and do nothing else. Disk usage? None. Network usage? There's a little bit, but it drops basically to 0 after, or 0 AF, a few seconds, apart from loading the rotating info banners. GPU usage? 0. Memory usage? Completely flat. What? Is it mining crypto or something? I smell code. Really bad code. 0 AF. Single thread bound. While my old AMD CPU has 8 cores and it does pack a punch, it was made in the olden days, back when AMD's single thread performance was way behind Intel's. This might not explain all the load time differences, but it should explain most of it. Okay, we're looking good. What's odd is that it's using up just the CPU. I was expecting a vast amount of disk reads, loading up resources, or loads of network requests trying to negotiate a session in the P2P network. But this is probably a bug. This is great. By the way, this is already fantastic investigative journalism right here. Because if it's a singular CPU, one CPU, uno core, like that's something has gone drastically wrong, right? Like this is bad. What's the thing? I think it's a Windows problem. Oh, you think it's a Windows problem? Okay, interesting. I guess I'll pirate it. You know what? GTA didn't tell me there was going to be 6-minute wait times. I better pirate this. Profiling. Profilers are a great way. What are they, watching GTA on Firefox? On Linux? Let's see. Profilers are a great way of fighting CPU bottlenecks. There's only one problem. Most of them rely on instrumenting the source code to get a perfect picture of what's happening in the process. I don't have the source code. Yawn. Nor do I need microsecond perfect readings. I have 4 minutes worth of bottleneck. Enter stack sampling. For closed source application, there's only one option. Dump the running process stack and current instruction pointer location to build a call tree in set intervals. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize you could do this very well. I thought it would just be a bunch. Okay, yeah, it's just a bunch of memory addresses. That's what I was wondering. Is like, what the heck's that? Isn't it just a bunch of memory addresses? It is. All right. And instruction pointers location to build a call tree in set intervals. Then add them up to get the statistics of what's going on. There's only one profiler that I know of, might be ignorant here, that can do this on Windows, and it hasn't been updated in over 10 years. It's Luke Stackwalker. Someone please give this project some love. Okay. So it looks like a lot in this one function, and then a lot in this other couple right here. Normally Luke would group the same functions together, but since I don't have debugging symbols, I had to eyeball nearby addresses and guess if it's the same place. And what do we see? Not one bottleneck, but 2 of them. This is good, by the way. This is really good. Classic Windows tool. It's Luke Stackwalker. By the way, if we could just have any modern projects named as awesome as this. I mean, really. Name a modern project that's named as awesome as this. Give me one right now. Right now. Give me an awesome one right now. Plow, Harpoon. Okay, Harpoon is a sweet-ass named one. Wiztree, Q-Star. I think the name is dumb. Really? The name is Docker, JDSL, JDiesel, WinRAR, React, the Agen Prime. Riz, you know I only have 8. Falcor, VS Code, Harpoonani, Winderstat, baby. Okay, I don't know why I even let you guys speak to me. All right, anyways, having borrowed my friend's completely legitimate copy of the industry standard dissembler, no, I really can't afford the thing. Gonna learn to Gidra one of these days. Oh, really? Are we having an account of piracy? I don't even know what Gidra is. Anyways, I know, dude, piracy incoming. All right, so we got a problem here. Well, this looks odd. Okay. Okay, that doesn't look right at all. Most high-profile games come with built-in protection against reverse engineering to keep away pirates, cheaters, and modders. Not that it has ever stopped them. There seems to be some sort of obfuscation encryption at play here that has replaced most instructions with gibberish. Not to worry, we simply need to dump the game's memory while it's executing the part we want to look at. The instructions have to be de-obfuscated before running one way or another. I had process dump lying around. I mean, who doesn't have a little process dump lying around? So I use that. But there are plenty of other tools available to do this sort of thing. Problem 1, it's Sterling. Disassembling the now less obfuscated dump reveals that one of the addresses has the label pulled out somewhere. It's Sterling. Going down the call stack, the next one is labeled vscan function. After that labels, though I'm fairly confident, it's scan. Let's go. Let's go. We're touching strings. A lot of string linking. It's parsing something. Parsing what? Untangling the disassembly would take forever, so I decided to dump the samples from the running process using x64 debug. Some debug stepping later, it turns out it's JSON. They're parsing JSON, a whopping 10 megabytes worth of JSON with 63,000 entries. Okay, can we just hold the phone here for a second? What the hell? How does 10 megabytes... Okay, let's just pretend we have to check 10 million times. 10 million times. Or we have to check 10 million times 10 times. There's no way that should take 6 minutes. How is it that slow? It already seems too slow to begin with. JSON parsing is fairly fast. I mean, when I say fairly fast, I mean it's impressively fast for what the thing is. Parsing JSON is slow. It will always be slow. It has always been slow. It's always slower than all other forms of processing. That's just the way it is. That's the way it will always be. I'm just saying that, okay? That's just that. But YAML slower, okay, yes, you can pick shittier formats. I get it. TOML exists, okay? We get it, that it can be worse. Shun the non-believer. JQ is really nice. Well, thank you for the JQ. JQ is great, I must say. My JSON parser is faster than yours, probably. XML is slower. I think XML is actually the same speed these days as JSON. Or close to. I know. Some of those XML parsers are actually pretty fast for what it is. Again, when I say fast, you've got to remember, what am I measuring it against? You know what I mean? Anyways, okay, so we got a lot of this. Nice price, $4,500. All right, what is this? What is this? It appears to be data from a net shop catalog, according to some references. Okay, I'm just getting pinged about a meeting that I created called Vim Weekly. I assume it contains a list of all the possible items and upgrades you can buy on GTA Online. But 10 megs? That's nothing. Using scanf may not be optimal, but surely it's not that bad. Well, count every single character in the 10 meg strings for every tiny value read. Okay, nice. Nice. That's pretty nice. Look at that thing go. Yep, that's going to take a while. To be fair, I had no idea most scanf implementations called Sterling. So I can't blame the developer who wrote this. I would assume it just scanned byte by byte and could stop on a null. Yeah, I'm actually a little bit surprised by that. Is that real? Does scanf really first call string length? And it doesn't just also just do your standard null checking? Yeah, that is literally n squared running algorithm. Depends on the implementation, but I guess this one does. See, it just seems strange. Problem 2, use a hash. Array? All right, turns out the second offender is called right next to the first one. They're both called, even if the if statement as seen in this ugly D compilation. All right, problem 1, parsing. Problem 2, sorting. Nice. Inside of a big loop to parse all the items. Oh, wait, we're sorting in a loop? All labels are mine. No idea what the function parameters are actually called. The second problem, right after parsing an item, it's stored in an array or an inline C++ list, not sure. Each entry looks something like this. Struct hash item. Before it's stored, it checks the entire array one by one, comparing the hash of the item to see if it's in the list or not. With 63,000 entries, yeah, okay. So, I mean, this makes sense if you have like 30 items. This actually is the way you do it as opposed to a set for 30 items. But 63,000 items, that ain't it. Okay, that's just not, you don't dedupe on an array beyond like 30, 40, 50 items. I'm sure it's language dependent and CPU dependent, but you set it to a reasonably low number, and boom, that's all you gotta do. Someone didn't watch the FemDSA. Checks if my math is right. Most of them useless. You have unique hashes. Why not use a hash map? For a small amount, it makes sense. Profiler shows these 2 lines abusing the CPU. Nice. Only happens at the end. Does est not sure. Fast call. Yeah, actually inserts the item. Nice. This just looks like complete gibberish to me. I have no idea what's happening here, but this looks great. I named it hash map while reversing it, but it's clearly not a hash map. And it gets even better. The hash array list thing is empty before loading the JSON, and all of the items in the JSON are unique, so they don't even need to check if it's in the list or not. They even have a function to directly insert the items. Just use that. I do love this article. This article is fantastic. Now, that's nice and all, but no one is going to take me seriously unless I test this so I can write a clickbait title for a post. Let's see it. Clickbait me, daddy. The plan, write a DLL, inject it into GTA, hook some function, profit. Okay, yes. JSON problem is hairy. I can't realistically replace their parser. Replacing scanf with one that doesn't depend on stir length would be more realistic. But there's an even easier way. Hook stir lane, wait for the long string, cache the start and the length of it. If it's called again with the string's range, then return cached value. Get banned by anti-cheat is the question mark. Yeah. Typically that would be that typically is this one is get banned by the anti-cheat. This is by the way, this is a great idea, right? Make it the simplest possible. Stir length cacher, right? Boom, 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 boom. Look, couple statics here. Bam, bam, bam. Beautiful. Love this. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Love it. Let's see. As for the hash array problem, it's more straightforward. Just skip the duplicate checks entirely and insert the items directly since we know the values are unique. All right? So, insert directly. Nice. Netcat insert direct. Let's go. Full proof of concept here. Results, well, did it work? Nice. Load time improvement, 69.4. Nice. Should have, okay, why did you go with 70%? Why did you, even if it was 69.9, why not go with 69%? You know what I mean? Like, why are you not hitting that? Why are you not doing that? All right. This is great. Most likely, this won't solve everyone's load time. There might be other bottlenecks on different systems, but it's such a gaping hole that I have no idea how Rockstar had missed it all these years. TLDR, there's a single-thread CPU bottleneck while starting up GTA Online. It turns out GTA struggles to parse 10-megabyte file. The JSON parser itself is poorly built/naive, and after parsing, there's slow item deduplication routine. This, by the way, is great. There's like there is a table that exists somewhere on the internet, and I've seen it, which is like the breakdown of all JSON parsers at the time it was written and their inability to parse JSON correctly. And there's like this table of like all these different edge cases in which all these different parsers and these different languages will do something different. And it's just like, that's the state of JSON. And guess what? The best part about it, if you go to json.org and you look at their parser, like that's not even that complicated. Like the parser can fit right here. Crazy. I know, I love Tree Sitter. I love Tree Sitter too. It's fantastic. Escape things are in the standard. No trailing commas. I know, dude, just imagine if they would have put a comma right here. Like an optional path for a comma right here. Just imagine an optional path right here for a comma would have made everybody love JSON. Now instead, you do that one thing every single time in your package.json, and it just goes, sorry, invalid JSON, and you go, it's the same thing every time. A comma. It's a comma. It's a comma every time. It's a comma every effing time. Catfishing. Why is that up there? We'll get to it. All right, Rockstar, please fix. If this somehow reaches Rockstar, the problem shouldn't take more than a day for a single dev to solve. Please do something about it. Sad face. You could either switch to a hash map for deduplication or completely skip it on startup as a faster fix. For the JSON parser, just swap out the library for a more performant one. I don't think there's an easier way out. Love. Small update. I was expecting to get some attention, but nowhere near this much. After reaching the top of Hacker News, this post was spread like wildfire. Thanks for the overwhelming response. I'll do more writing if something interesting comes along, but don't expect anything of this scale soon. There was plenty of luck involved. A few people suggested spamming this post to Rockstar support. Please don't. I'm sure they've seen it by now. Continuing would only bog down support tickets for everyone else. Social media is fair game in my book, though. Nice. Several Hacker News comments suggested I add a donate button as they would like to buy me a beer. Thank you. So I'm placing a link in the footer. Oh, this is fantastic. Thank you for reading and all the support. A lot more updates. Updates kept happening. Fully fixed. Tossed approves. Nice. Fixed it all. Just got confirmation from Rockstar this is getting fixed soon. Just got awarded $10K through their H1 in-game bounty. Good job, Rockstar. Hey, you know what? Good on Rockstar for that. Good on Rockstar. That is great. Genuinely a good move. I love that. I love that. Trying to figure out what's a W8 and how to fill it out. League of Legends. That's pretty funny. That's actually pretty dang funny. I did try asking for more technical details, but they couldn't say anything. We'll do another benchmark on my same old PC as soon as the update is out. This is fantastic. This is honestly fantastic. The fact that he got paid this much money to do that. Awesome. Because you know what? He did this he did this because he was a curious guy, right? Just kept chasing the bug all the way through. Just got so curious, he went to town. And then to get paid at the end, love it. Absolutely love it. League of Legends. League of Legends. Well done. Buy a coffee. Buy a coffee. Follow the link. Press the button. Buy a coffee. Buy Tossed a coffee. Tossed. If you're doing these fun things, you should live stream them on Twitch. It'd be fantastic. I'm sure you'd do very, very well. The name is I approve it, Jen.